What's going on, crew? And welcome back to the weirdest corner of the internet for your dose of digital chaos. I've scoured the depths of TikTok so you don't have to. And today, we're diving into the rabbit hole. We're looking at the latest and greatest and most creatively unhinged conspiracy theories on the internet. This is one you don't want to miss.
Here's a handful of books that were posted on Amazon on September 9th, but Charlie Kirk was shot on September 10th. Then Amazon supposedly changed the date to September 11th, the day after.
What?
Crazy, right? Now let's be clear, my job isn't to debunk or endorse. My job is to simply react, and your job is to sit back and try not to question reality too much. As always, before we get started, make sure you hit the like button because those are free. Shout out to all my new subscribers. Shout out to my OGs. We're on the road to 20K, so if you haven't, hit subscribe. We upload multiple times a week, so hit the bell and you won't miss out. Now here on TikTok Reruns, we have a compilation of the best sprinkled with my honest opinions and reaction.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
This first video shows how a documented crime becomes a canvas for the internet's darkest imagination.
We really glazed over how insanely bonkers it is that a place like Epstein's Island even existed. But what most people don't know is that it wasn't the first of its kind.
How?
Goes to show that history doesn't just repeat itself, it gets remixed, produced, and uploaded for the next generation.
Decades earlier, in the middle of Lake Michigan, a desolate island owned by a wealthy Detroit socialite became the subject of all sorts of wild conspiracy theories.
It's crazy how the new ultimate rich flex is buying an island to escape the world, where they can be in charge from day one.
And at first, a conspiracy theory is exactly what most people thought it was. While on the surface, it was just a summer camp for young boys, teaching them survivalist skills in nature, behind the scenes, these children were being flown to this island to be exploited, filmed, and traded among the men who sponsored the island's operations. The owner of North Fox Island, a man named Frank Sheldon,
He looks like a creep.
had purchased the land specifically for this purpose. As a matter of fact, the very first thing he did was built an airstrip on the island as a means to shuttle boys in and out.
Stop. What do you mean by that?
That's crazy.
One of the men who sponsored the island was a former school teacher named Gerald Richards. He and Sheldon ran a nonprofit called Brother Paul's Children Mission. The organization was supposed to help underprivileged youth connect with nature, but upon their plane touching down on the landing strip, the boys would soon realize that that wasn't going to be the case. Now, it's a lot to get into, so much so that we had to make our podcast episode about this in 2 parts, because the owner of the island would eventually flee the country, making it extremely difficult to charge him with any involvement.
For some rich people, the law isn't a barrier, it's an obstacle.
The story disappeared from the news fairly quickly and was just dismissed as an urban legend. But North Fox Island was just a tiny piece in a much larger picture of child trafficking rings happening around the world. It wouldn't be until the early 2000s that more people began examining the evidence themselves, realizing just how extensive this operation truly was.
In this next clip, we have a startling new discovery in dermatology, brought to you by a $10 necklace.
Y'all know how when our skin turns green or when we wear copper or fake jewelry? Watch this.
So when you turn green from wearing that necklace or that ring or that bracelet or that watch too long, them earrings, you're exposing your true skin color.
Forget Ancestry DNA kits. The real truth is in the clearance bin at Claire's.
Stay with me.
I'll try.
Melanin and plants go through the same photosynthesis. We absorb the sun the same as plants do. The only difference we have with plants is that they have magnesium and we have iron. Now we know that our bodies are made up of a lot of water, almost 80%, 75. A lot of oxygen. What color does iron take when it's in water?
Rusty.
That would explain why we are copper-colored beings. Now when a leaf dies or falls in frequency, it turns the same color of our copper-colored skin. It loses its green color. They also try to say that the green veins we see in our skin is just a trick of light. Now, some babies are also born with green skin patches on them.
So if my son's birthmark is his true color, then his true color looks a lot like Australia, which honestly explains a lot.
And they didn't have no fake jewelry. And have y'all found it fascinating that babies don't have to drink water? You almost have to force them to drink it. Look, top 10 tips to get your kids to drink water, to get them more exposed to this oxygen. And some people say that could be the reason why our bodies age.
But don't we need oxygen? I'm confused.
Because DNA passes down and stays alive forever because it's the magnesium that holds it together and keeps it alive, protects it. Now plants are green, they don't have iron, they have magnesium. Now we know in Egypt that Osiris is green. He had green skin, immortality, magnesium.
If he was immortal, then where is he at? Did he leave Earth?
Even when we come out the womb, it says our bodies aren't suited for water for several months. Also, they can't tell where our genes originate, the civilizations that we built, the knowledge that we had. It is the oldest human DNA strain on Earth. What's in our skin is found in space. Y'all can say I'm crazy, but y'all know some of these aliens are different colors. We probably came to this planet with green skin. But y'all stay dangerous and let me know what y'all think.
I'm probably going to have to sit with that one, but this goes to show that conspiracies aren't always about the government. It can sometimes start with your own skin. That perfectly leads up to our next clip, where this dude isn't just talking about a single theory, but about the pull of the rabbit hole itself.
Y'all really got to be careful when it comes down to going down these conspiracy theory rabbit holes, because, bro, you really can get lost.
Currently,
I'm talking about you will get lost in the depths of your own mind. You get lost simply by engulfing too much knowledge. And there's so many conspiracies I can mention, but I've had a video get taken down before.
Me too. I do this for y'all though, so make sure y'all hit that like button for me one time. Those are still free.
Because I've said some of the conspiracies, but y'all know what I mean though. I know a lot of y'all have heard of P-Gate. You know what I'm talking about, P-Gate? Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. Underground tunnels all under the U.S. Adrena. Y'all know what I'm talking about, Adrena. Yeah, because I can't say it. I'm going to get the video took down again. Aliens, cryptids, the list goes on and on and on. You start getting into flat earth and giants and Nephilim and all. Bro, it's so much to go over.
Now, some of those I ain't never heard of. I'm scared to repeat them. They might try to shut me down.
You will get lost in the sauce. You literally will lose touch with reality if you go too deep and you don't know how to come back up to reality. Like, y'all really need a kick. Like, y'all remember the movie Inception? You need a kick to kick you back up through the levels that you diving into.
Do y'all think he watched too much TV? Is he reaching? Or do y'all feel the same way?
I'm trying to tell you, man, this conspiracy theory shit'll drive you fucking bonkers.
In this clip, we have a strange case of similarities between fiction and reality decades before the players were even born.
I would watch for Barron, because here's the thing. There's also another book called Barron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey. And Russell Lockwood wrote this book too in the late 1800s, depicting this character.
That is too crazy. Let me know in the comments if you ever heard this one before.
Pick those same names.
Yes.
Barron Trump.
Barron Trump. That is a book.
No way.
Yes. Ingersoll Lockwood wrote both these books. Right?
In the 1800s.
Yes.
But what the hell?
I believe it was like 1893, 1896, something like that.
Then there has to be time travelers.
Well, here's the thing. In the book, Barron Trump is a time traveler.
But what the hell, boy?
This is the ultimate stranger than fiction claim. It's less than a conspiracy and more a cosmic glitch in the matrix of names and plot points.
No bullshit. All this is in the book, you guys. And guess what? So he time travels, right?
Right.
He has a mentor named Don. This is in the book.
Wow. I need this book because that's crazy.
So, here's the theory.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
That Trump actually has some type of time travel technology only because Donald Trump's uncle, John G. Trump, worked for the FBI.
How?
Now, when Nikola Tesla died, they sent him in because he's a scientist, he's a physicist, engineer, smart guy. So they're like, hey, go in to Nikola Tesla's, room and decipher all his works and whatnot, because Nikola Tesla discovered free energy and a multitude of things, right? So Donald Trump's uncle goes in there and says, we didn't find anything.
Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
A bunch of BS. You don't think that Nikola Tesla, who had discovered free energy and manipulated electromagnetism, which had that you can, in theory, bend time, light, and space. This man's works was confiscated by him, and he didn't find anything.
I can't lie, that one was definitely intriguing. Let's keep it going. In this next clip, the meat may be a mystery, but numbers never lie.
Okay, so me and the wife just went down the rabbit hole here.
Hey, yep.
Apparently McDonald's sells 6.5 million hamburgers a day.
That's absurd that many people still eat McDonald's every day. It used to be good back in the 90s when we were kids, but we have the internet now.
Put that in perspective, one beef cow can do 2,000 hamburgers roughly, or 2,000 hamburgers out of the beef of a whole cow. That's 3,700 cows a day. What? And 97,000 cows a month. 97,500 cows a month. Nani? That's what it said it would have to do. 97,500 cows per month to sell 6.5 billion hamburgers worldwide.
2 + 2 is 4. -1, that's 3. Quick maths.
I promise the math ain't mathing with that one.
6.5 million hamburgers worldwide. What are you eating?
What am I eating? Not McDonald's, I can tell you that. This next clip connects two real fears: losing control over our devices and losing our privacy into one seamless story.
Why did every phone company eliminate removable batteries at the exact same time?
It's crazy that I never asked that question, but I didn't realize that until now.
That wasn't coincidence, that was coordination. They told us it was for design. Slimmer phones, water resistance, but those were just surface level excuses, because when you could take the battery out, you had real power. You could shut it all down, cut the signal, kill the tracking, stop the eavesdropping, gone, just like that. Now, press power, swipe off, hold the button, doesn't matter. The phone pretends to be off.
Come to think of it, I remember it being easier for repairs when you could remove the back of your phone. Maybe that has something to do with it too.
But it's not. It still listens, still watches, alarms still work, updates still install while you sleep. Airplane mode? Just a feel-good toggle. And here's what no one wants to say out loud. Every major brand, every flagship model, switched at once. No choice, no alternative. Because the system needed you to carry it, willingly, everywhere. It became the perfect surveillance tool, not forced into your life, but invited in. It tracks, it listens, it maps your every move.
Crazy enough, we live in a world where this could be absolutely true or absolutely false. In our next video, this dude seems to believe that some of LeBron James's jokes have double meanings.
I'm telling y'all, they always tell you straight to your face. They don't even hide it anymore.
Sacrifice loved ones.
I can't lie, that was like an evil villain laugh.
You have to sacrifice loved ones for a long period of time if you want to be great. It is very unfortunate, and you feel it at times. You know the saying: if it's too hot, get there. Sometimes you just gotta get out of the kitchen because it gets hot.
What? I love LeBron James, but he'll definitely give you a couple head scratchers every now and then.
But you have to have a discipline to sometimes you have to sacrifice loved ones in order to be great. And for me, I was 18 when I came into the league. So I got my best friends from high school that's now in college. I got one that's at Ohio State, and they're calling me, telling me, hey, bro, you gotta come down to these parties. And I couldn't do it.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
Nah, he went to a few.
Couldn't do it. I look back on it now, I wish I would have done a few of them.
You did.
I'm not gonna lie, I wish I did.
You did.
We all know LeBron James is a part of the club, and they always tell you in their jokes, they're jokes. He's been in for a while.
Next, this dude points out a deliberate drain of vibrancy from childhood to adulthood.
What color was kindergarten? Kindergarten?
Yeah, when you was in kindergarten or pre-K, what color was it? Ooh. It was every color.
I ain't gonna lie, that one threw me for a loop. But I'm tracking now.
Yeah, I was gonna say rainbow.
Okay, now when you went to 1st to 2nd grade, what color was it?
No clue.
I don't know.
It was bland.
Exactly what I was gonna say.
It was that color.
Yeah, it was like jail.
Exactly. Then when you went to high school, what color was it?
Like jail.
Yeah. Okay, then when you went to work, what color was the wall?
What if you teach kindergarten?
Yeah.
It's waning you off the frequency. When you a kid, you vibrant, you running around, and then the first thing they do is they say, wane them off the frequency. Make the walls tan, make everything tan, make it boring. Sit down, don't move. They just get you right out your spirituality. And then the next time that you do get introduced to a colorful environment, guess where you at? You in the club. If the club was this color, nobody would go. But since it's black and it's universal light, aka from red to purple, it feel like you in the universe. It feel like you in the universe. So this is why people like the club. It's called colorology. Even hunger. Hunger is triggered by the color red, yellow, and orange.
That's facts. I read that before.
What color is Wendy's? What color is Chick-fil-A? McDonald's. Every highly successful fast food franchise, I guarantee you, if they not all red, orange, and yellow, they have either one of them colors at a high value.
Yeah.
So this is people who literally socially engineer the world.
In the next clip, this girl explains how one town took off-grid to a whole new level. Let's hear her out.
So did y'all hear about that town that literally disappeared off the face of the earth for like 6 minutes?
Nope.
So listen, this pop up on TikTok and Reddit threads every few years, and nobody could decide if it's real or not. So let me take y'all down the rabbit hole and tell y'all what happened. I'm gonna take my head down for this one because it gets a little bit real.
This is a new one for me. A whole town missing is crazy.
So it's called the Everfield disappearance, and in 2014, a small rural town in Oregon with a population of like 700 people vanished off the face of the earth. I'm talking every digital trace of this place. And during that time,
700 is a little country town, so how much digital trace did they have?
GPS systems couldn't find it. Phone calls got rerouted. Like if you looked on Google Maps, it would just show like a forest. Then at the same time, people in nearby towns, they said that their lights started to flicker and they heard distorted sounds over the radio.
The craziest part is that it happened so recent. If you know anything or know somebody who does, put it in the comments.
But then exactly 6 minutes later, boom. Everything just went back to normal. The town just popped up back on the maps. All the calls went through, and the people inside the town act normal, like nothing happened. I don't even think they knew that it happened. Then when journalists tried to follow up on it, they found out that Everfield, Oregon didn't even appear on any state registry until 2015. Like the town just started existing that year.
Oh my God!
Now, I don't know about the rest of the story, but how do you explain that?
But even crazier, there's no records of public birth certificates, property deeds, or any census data from that town before that date.
Oh my God!
People online think it was a data glitch. Others say it was a mass time slip. And a few conspiracy forums say it was a part of a military experiment.
When it doesn't make sense, blame the military.
But the part that keeps people up at night, it's a Reddit user claiming he was a delivery driver and he was in Everfield that night. He said that during the blackout for those 6 minutes, there was nobody else in town. The streets was empty, the lights was on, and every single clock in the town froze at 2:23 a.m.
Oh my God!
He posted photos, but then the thread was removed. It said something like manipulated content, and his account was deleted an hour later. Now, if you try to find Everfield on Google Maps, it's there, but if you zoom in real close, the clock in the middle of the town still says 2:23.
But what the hell,
crazy, right?
On my way to Google Maps right now. Let me know if you see it too. Put it in the comments. Up next, a cinematic conspiracy where Will Smith isn't just an action hero, he's a man with a message. 4 AI robots killed 29 scientists in 2018?
Y'all didn't hear me the first time when I said it, so let me say it again. Will Smith is woke as fuck and has been trying to tell y'all shit about the fucking world through his movies forever.
I don't know about that one. What about Wild Wild West, Hitch, Shark Tales?
Now I'm gonna explain how all this ties in. Alright, so we all remember the movie that came out in 2007 starring Will Smith, I Am Legend.
Of course.
For those of you who have never seen the movie, I'm gonna recap real quick. So in the movie I Am Legend, Will Smith plays the character of Robert. Robert is a brilliant scientist who survived a man-made plague that turned humans into bloodthirsty mutants, possibly being the only survivor in the area. Robert wanders the streets of New York calling out,
But seriously, who hasn't seen I Am Legend? This is a classic.
distress calls to anyone who is in the area to see if there's other survivors. And of course, all the while trying to find other survivors, of course he encounters some of these ugly things. Ducking and dodging these mutants left and right, Robert is still trying to find a cure using his own blood because he is immune to the plague. Now, there are 2 alternate endings to this movie.
How do I not know this?
How? And before any of you try to say it's cap, if you had it on DVD, you saw the alternate ending.
Oh no, we didn't have no DVD player. We had that thing on VHS.
The original ending of the movie, after the cure for cancer goes wrong and goes deadly, Will Smith unfortunately has to do a self-sacrifice and blow up all of these motherfuckers because he's not trying to have any more of the shit. Now for the alternate ending, things get interesting. And when the alternate ending, Robert winds up getting in contact with someone who gave him some very valuable information. While being in contact with this person, he wound up being able to reach out and find a whole community of people who wound up surviving the fucking outbreak.
Wait a minute. I gotta go back and check this out.
So of course, like any normal person, he packed it on up and went to this town. Of course, the ending left a lot of room for questioning, as if there was going to be a sequel. What happens after that? Do they live? Do they die? What exactly happens? Now that was I Am Legend. Let's talk about another one of his movies that ties in directly into the stitch at the beginning of the video.
Okay then, connect the dots. That's what we're here for.
Another classic. We all remember the movie I, Robot, right? In mind the time frame of this movie. This movie is based in 2035.
Holy Jesus.
Man, that's right around the corner.
Now in the movie I, Robot, Will Smith stars as Dale Spooner. Now, Dale is a detective in New York City. Now again, this movie's based in the future, and in the future apparently robots are working hand in hand with humans. Working as a detective, he doesn't really quite like the robots, and for good reason. But I digress. Dale is the lead detective in the Alfred Landing case. The reason why this case is so important is because this is literally the creator of these robots. Now, Mr. Landing apparently was in his office alone when he was murdered.
Okay, I think I'm tracking. She's saying that in a few years, this could be us with the apocalypse and with the robot takeover.
Which is very strange because he wound up going through some really thick glass, down tumbling to his death. Splat. Dead.
That was pretty interesting. Let me know what you think down below. In the last clip of the day, a literal bird-brained idea where military history meets modern propaganda. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Bro, no way those things are real. This goes to show we have no idea what type of technology the government has.
Most of the time when they bring up these conspiracy theories, there are some people who are quick to call these people crazy or cuckoo, whatever.
Some of them deserve it, I can't lie.
But most of the time, these conspiracy theories are actually true.
Most of the time?
I'm not sure if a lot of you guys actually knew this, but during World War I, the idea of having pigeons as spies was not just a rumor. It was documented as a concern through the British Army. As a matter of fact, the British military tried to place a restriction on pigeon movement due to the fact that the Germans was actually using pigeons to send notes back and forth to other troops.
Why would they use pigeons? I thought pigeons were dumb.
So they can actually give them the whereabouts and everything else for victory of the war. If you do a little research, you will see that there were several German spies who were actually caught in Britain raising pigeons for espionage purposes.
That is crazy.
So now, moving from the 1800s on down to 2025, they have gone from training pigeons to carry notes, to putting cameras on pigeons, to actually making fake pigeons.
It's a crazy world. Catch y'all in the next one.